Great rise, great rise, great rise. And the moonlight's beloved, you know who this is. You know what it is. It's girl, Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. And it is Melanated Mondays. So y'all come on in here so we can finish this conversation from last week. For those of you who were here, you know that we were discussing whether or not you should tell or whether or not you should confide or seek counsel with your intimate partner. And then we got off into keeping secrets. Should you keep any secrets from your intimate partner? And if you should keep some secrets, what types of secrets would those be? Are you willing to not tell the whole truth if you think there's a potential that it will threaten your relationship? We're going to continue this conversation tonight. So you all come on in. Just come on in so we can get some answers. Like, I keep having this conversation, so I want to know what you all think. I think last week did a little bit of a poll, not too much. I think I'm gonna actually post it to see what you all are saying. I'm gonna tally up tonight to see what you're saying. If you would seek counsel from your intimate partner, and two, if you are willing to keep secrets from your intimate partner if you fear that it will cause problems in your relationships. So y'all come on in. Come on in. The holidays are gone. We're no longer celebrating. Well, I wasn't in the first place, but y'all come on in. Y'all should be well sober by now. Whatever gifts you were going to open, they should have been opened by now. Whatever you claim you're going to do at January 1st, you should have started by now. Y'all come on in here. We still do what we do on Monday nights, okay? Come on in here so we can have this conversation. I see you coming. Let me know who it is. Speak to me so I can address you accordingly. Y'all know how we do. I'm excited. I want to see where this conversation goes tonight. I'm going to open my phone line so we can have open conversations. So if you want to call in, feel free to do so. It is 770-906-5271. Shalom, cousin. Thank you for being here, loved one. I do appreciate you. 770-906 is the call-in number. If you would like to call in and ask a question, share a concern, whatever it is, tell your business, whatever, call in 770-906-5271. So again, as I stated, so we're still waiting for people to come in. But last week we were discussing if you would confide in your intimate partner, if you would seek counsel from your intimate partner, and if it's okay to keep secrets from them if it will have a detriment to your relationship. Is that okay? We're going to talk about it. We're going to continue to talk about it. Like I said, we had a few people. We were kind of, I won't say half and half. I think we had more people that said hell to the no. They're not confiding in their partner. They're not telling them. They're not seeking no counsel from their partner. And there were some good reasons why not. There were some, I gotta say, there were some good reasons why not. But there were some reasons also that say, well, yeah, you should. You should at least be able to. But we're going to see what they say tonight. So we're going to give people time to get on in here because it's you and me right now. YouTube, they tend to come in a little bit later. They come in a little bit slower. But we're going to give folks some time to get in here so we can have this conversation. I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well. While we're waiting, I want to remind you also, if you have not already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please feel free to do that. That is Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. Queen Goddess, the King Advocate on YouTube. Also, if you haven't, I should have had one out. I could go get it. But if you have not purchased your book, The Business of Marriage, Your Feelings, The Truth About Every Relationship, it's available as well. I'll probably go grab one so you all can see what I'm talking about. You say it is what, cuz? Tell me what you're talking about. Matter of fact, you put your comment. I'm gonna run real quick and grab a book. So put your comment. I'll be right back. See, that didn't take long at all. Didn't take long at all. So what are you saying it is to? This Facebook reminder is so slow. It's telling me to be ready to go live at 9 o'clock at 9:05. So it's a tad bit late. All is well. Good. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. So again, this is the book. Okay. If you have not already purchased it, what are you waiting for? Get it. You can get this directly from me via any platform, Facebook, of course. You can inbox me, whatever. You can call me if you know me like that. You can do it that way. Or you can go to my website, which is My Wellness. That's MYOMY Wellness.com. See, I see folks coming in now. Who is that? Who we got there? Because I see you. I just can't see who it is. Who is that? Douglas Sandman. How you doing, loved one? Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you stick around. If you weren't with me last week, or you don't know what the topic is, last week we were discussing whether or not you should seek counsel from your intimate partner, if you would confide your every deepest, darkest secret with your intimate partner. So we're going to continue that conversation and move on into whether or not you would tell your deepest, darkest secrets if you knew, or if you can't really know, but if you felt, believed, or thought that it would cause some detriment or to your relationship or anything, it would cause some things to change. People are coming in, so let me know who's there. I see you showing up. Let me know who's there. I want to get this conversation started and done with already. So come on in, and if you want to call in and share your thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to do so. 770-906-5271. Okay, so Cuz says, why should you seek the counsel of your partners? In what manner does what they think matter? It could. Okay, so I was addressing it more so if there's something, or if something had gone on in my life, like in the past, before them, whatever, but it's still affecting me today, I should feel comfortable enough to talk to them about it. They might be able to give some, not just encouraging words, but they may be able to actually help. You know what I'm saying? They may know what to say. They may be able to give you some guidance. They may have the information that you need in order to apply it to something. They may really know exactly what it is you're dealing with, but you won't know if you don't ask. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, more men, I think, have said hell to the no. Oh, we have some women that say hell no, they're not doing it. And I don't know if it's just me being a Pisces, me being a fool, whatever it is, just me being me. I feel that if you're with somebody in such an intimate way, if I can give you my body, if I can give you my mind, whatever, if I can let you in that close to me, I should be able to let you in. I should be able to tell you what I think, even if you don't necessarily agree with or like it, whatever. It ain't got nothing to do with you, but it's affecting me. So I need to be able to express that. But some people have said, and I get it, that sometimes you can express those things to the person that you're with, and that person will then develop a different view of you, if you will. They'll do some judging. They may shut down, they may walk away. It may really cause a detriment to them. And one of the young ladies brought up a good point. She says, well, what if the person that you're dealing with tells you that they were a pedophile, or that they are a pedophile, or if they have some other type of sexual indiscrepancies, or something like that, or if they are killers for hire, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Would you want them even to tell you that? We got people coming in. Let me know who's there so I can greet you. Would you even want to know? And if that was you, would you tell them? Or if you were born one sex and transitioned into another, but your partner doesn't know that, would you tell them that? It's a lot of different things that are involved in keeping deep, dark secrets. What's going on, G Walker? I see you, loved one, and happy belated Earth Day, love. I'm so sorry once again. But there are a lot of things that go into keeping secrets, and then what is the line drawn, if any, of keeping the secret versus being deceitful? Is there a line? Is there a difference? So let's talk about it. Y'all share your thoughts with me. What's going on? Type it in there or call in, or something. But talk to me. You say, I'm married, and there are things that I haven't shared with my husband because of his level of maturity. Can't handle the things that my past carried. Got you. Now, see, that to me, okay, that makes sense. I understand that. I get that. Hey, Miss Carla, thank you for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. And I get that. I can respect that. So I'll ask this question. So if and or when he gets to the level of being able to understand what, or at least accept, be able to communicate with you about it, would you then open up? Would you then let him know, look, this is who I am? And then it comes down to, well, if all of these things, all these experiences that you've had, and I'm not just talking about you, if all these experiences that you have had in the past have made you who you are, is it fair to withhold it from the beginning? Because basically, just my thought, if you're not letting a person know who you are in whole, there's still a level of deceit as far as who they're really dealing with if they don't know. So, Miss Carla, we're still talking about what we were talking about last week. We're just trying to get a little bit deeper into it. Remember last week we were talking about whether or not a person should confide in or seek counsel with their intimate partner. And then we're going a little bit deeper into the whole keeping secrets part of it. How much is just keeping a secret to protect them? We even say that, to protect them. And how much is it deceit? Where is the line drawn, if there's even one? Like, I want to get into it because I said there are so many ways that this can go, and I can see it on both levels, and I want to be as fair as possible without the judgment. But honestly, I think that's part of my personality, so I can't say that I won't, but I mean no harm. I'll just put it that way. I think that again, like I was saying, my thought is that if you're in a relationship with somebody on that level of intimacy where you can give them your body, you can give them, I said, giving them your mind or whatever, you can give them that part of you. Why can't you give them your past experiences? Why can't you give them you, who you are, what got you to this point? Because like I said, so it just seems as if there's still a level of dishonesty, a level of deceit. Because if I don't know that this is who you are, then I don't know who you are. That means then who you're presenting yourself to be is not who you are. You're just simply presenting yourself to be. And that's just one side. There are many, many sides. There are many sides to it. So I want to hear from y'all. And I really want to hear from the guys. What do you think? G, what do you think, love? Tell me your thoughts. But much respect, T, for what you say. I get that. He said he met me in that part of my life, but that's why there is so many things I haven't said because he wouldn't be able to handle it. Got you. That's interesting. He met you he met you in the time of your life when you were going through what you were going through, but still not at a point of being able to handle it. So, okay, I asked this question because that's going to be the response of probably 90% of the people that will even respond or on some level of that. It's like, how do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know how a person is going to respond or, if they're going to be able to handle it or not? A lot of times, and I'm that right there, that's not a judgment. That's strictly a question. But a lot of times, what we do is we allow fear to dictate our possible future. Like, because we fear something that has not happened, then we respond a certain way to prevent it from happening. But you don't know if it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're creating a pre-scenario and a pre-outcome. And because we've created that, then that justifies why we should or should not do something. Miss Carla says, love covers a multitude of sins. Real love can handle a lot of situations. And I think that too. I mean, of course, love and maturity, like T said, absolutely. Timing, even. I think all those things go together. And then sometimes you might not be with the right one. You know what I'm saying? And let's just be honest about it. It might not be the right one. That's not always the case, but it's a possibility. That's all I'm saying. It's a possibility. And the Pisces in me sees things through rose-colored glasses. We see things, we see the positive things first. We ain't fools, but we can be a bit naive, and that's just being transparent and real. But speaking only for myself, even though, like I said, I will see the good in people first, I'm not oblivious to the fact that there's some wickedness. You know what I'm saying? That there's something that's not quite as clean as the driven snow. I won't even say wicked, but something that's not quite as clean. Okay, we do that because everybody got something. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have to learn to be righteous. We got to learn to be good. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that, it's like, okay, well, what's your past? Like, what got you to this point? What got you to who you are? I want to know what your journey is. How did I come to meet you? This you who you are right now, because we all evolve. Experiences cause us to change. Wisdom causes us to change. Circumstances cause us to change, but we evolve constantly. So who you are today is not going to be the same person, the same being with the same understanding as you will 5 years from now, maybe not even 5 months from now. Something's going to happen that's going to cause a transition in you. What's going on, Anthony? Thanks for being here, loved one. You said, how long would you expect a person to unpack who they are? I think I can't really put a time limit on that. I think that's unfair, but I think it's the steps should at least be taken. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I've known you for a year, let's just say that if I've known you for a year, we've been talking for a year, whatever, that's 12 months. You know what I'm saying? There's 365 days there. I should know something more than your first and last name. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Armand? Thank you for being here, loved one. It's been a minute. Good seeing you. So, I mean, like I said, it's not necessarily a time frame per se, but who you are, that's hello, I am. You know what I'm saying? When you meet somebody, I am. That's immediately you telling them who you are or what your name is, and behind what my name is, I like to do. And by the way, I got a record for murdering 99 people in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm being funny with that, but this is part of who you are. That's like part of the introduction, because otherwise it becomes, yes, one-sided. Absolutely. It's this, you're going to know just this part of me. Well, if I only know just this part of you and this other part exists, then I only know a part of you. I don't know you. I only know the part that you are showing me. Right? You say, look, it's a lot to me. I'm not comfortable yet exposing all of it. I will give you a little bit at a time as I feel more comfortable with you, as I'm more confident in me, whatever the case is. Then you just say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because more so, and I'm saying this on a woman's being into women's intuition. That intuition usually don't lie. Okay, so that's one thing. If she feels something, if something in her gut is telling her something ain't right, then most likely something ain't right. And she's going to try to figure it out. She's going to keep digging. She's going to dig. Okay, she's going to try to figure out what's not right. So you can prevent that. Okay, let me go back and read these comments. G Walker says, if a secret is going to be detrimental to a relationship, then it might need to be exposed. But certain things don't need to be told if these things are irrelevant and insignificant to a relationship, and these secretive things aren't going to hinder the person from being their true self. Carlos says, I hate to say it, but most men are one-sided. They want you to be understanding in their situation, but when it comes to your transgressions, you're supposed to be white as snow. There's a thought. There's a thought. Men, do you think we are supposed to accept y'all's BS? But when it comes down to us revealing who we are, what we've been through, y'all not really hearing that. You don't accept that. T says also, I've taken into account his past with trust issues with women, and I've decided that for his best interest, it's not necessary for him to know at this point everything that has taken place in my life. That person. That's deep. That's deep. And like I said, a lot of things have to be taken into consideration. So there's also that part where I totally get it. I totally understand what you're saying. I get it. I'm not arguing that part. However, it's still that part that says if you have a trust issue with women or with men or whatever, and I'm telling you I'm withholding information from you, doesn't that kind of add to the trust issue? What's going on, Pamela Lathan? Thank you for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. And we have G Walker on the line. What's going on, G?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm okay.
Good. What you got to say on the topic?
I'm gonna play it safe today.
No, not
Yeah,
you.
I was just kidding.
Not you.
But you know what though? Some things. Basically, I know you were asking a question about. I know where the statement was made about. If young lady exposes her indiscretions or whatever case may be, most guys can't handle that because of the ego. And it just, and you can call it a double-edged sword. Mm-hmm. You better be glad there's a double-edged sword, or there's a two-edged sword, or there's a variance or a bias between males, and difference between males and females, because what I'm trying to say is there is a difference. Now you can fight this difference if you want to, but that's you. But the bottom line is, what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to a female, if she introduces something to a guy, forget the ego and all that other stuff, even though that plays a part in it. If she exposes it, a lot of these guys, if they knew some of these things about these females that they could be with or like to be with or have been with, if they knew some of the things it would take on a whole different perspective, because like I said, you can call it a double standard, whatever you want to call it, but it's a double. Oh, you don't want a double standard until trouble comes. Then when the trouble comes, now you want a man to be a man. Now you want a woman to be a woman when it's sufficient for you, but then you got to look at yourself.
Yeah.
You see, but then a lot of guys can't do that. But you can't expect. You can't ask for something that you're not giving yourself. Correct. Don't ask for a girl that ain't been around a lot of guys if you've been around a lot of girls.
Right.
Or if she been around, she ain't been, been exposed to a lot of guys, but you've been exposed to a lot of girls, but then, you expect her to do things that other girls been doing. Don't expect that.
Right.
You need to make some changes, in other words, adjustments.
Right. That's that self-accountability.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys, I ain't saying they can't do it, but they want to know that they want to feel like, okay, I put it like this. This is all I'm gonna say about that. In general, it might be okay if I'm just, if you just see it, you're hanging out with a girl, blah blah blah. But if you're on a personal basis for a guy, even a guy that might think he's out there, think he's doing this and that, yada yada. If a girl that he cares about more so than the next person, he wants to, he has this, just like females have this kind of imagination in their head about riding off on a white horse with a dude. Mm-hmm. He's thinking about riding off with a woman that a whole lot of, I know I'm that way in certain senses, that, he don't want to know that she's been out there with a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
But you can't expect something, again, that you're not doing yourself.
Correct.
So if you're something that you can, that a person, like you say, mature from, or can grow from, or has grown from their younger days, or even in yesterday, some of the days still going on.
Right.
If you can deal with that in the person's character, that's what you probably need to really be looking at.
That part.
The personality, the character, and if you can look at that and say, okay, this person is kind of okay, I can kind of look past. Yeah, that's up to you to look past that.
Right. Gotcha.
I'll give you a really quick example, and then I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna call no names. I'm not gonna say this and that, but I was, my ex gave me something to think about. But I thought about all the deep questions, and which I did. Blah blah blah. I'm not saying she wasn't truthful and this and that. I just know what kind of personality she had. I know what kind of character she had, and I got through it. I mean, I wasn't stupid. I mean, hey, blah, blah, blah. This, something went on, but it was something from the past. But before I even came into the picture, but I was able to, for myself, to look at this person's character, I knew, and to look at this person's personality and say, okay. And I accepted it and let it go. It wasn't anything that was detrimental to me in the present being. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So to each his own though. But
Indeed.
Still in general, you can't don't ask for nobody that's in the driven snow and you not in the driven snow.
I hear you.
Or you're not, really willing to I ain't say change, adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Or accept what's going on. But it does, it's just like, I'm gonna say this on both ends, for male and the female. When it depends on what it is, sweetie, because some things, even with the love, even the hope, and everything else, it can't sustain. Especially these little incubator relationships they got going on, whatever they call them. Mm-hmm. These days, you couldn't take no gorilla glue and keep it together, because they deal with surface things.
Right.
But I think the people from the before we came along, whatever case might be, they had more of a relationship or dealing with people, each other from a real place, from a real stuff. So they were able maybe to handle more, in a sense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Indeed, I got you. Let me read.
I didn't mean to rattle.
No, you're fine. I got comments, and I want to read the comments that are here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Absolutely, I got you. Okay. And I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, love.
Love you all day. I said I love you all day.
I love you all night. How about that? Okay. That's my homie. Indeed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, loved one. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Luis Philippe says trust is important, but also keep small things to ourselves too. Miss Carla says, long as both individuals are good to each other, let bygones be bygones. And Anthony says, I usually don't want to immediately or want to know a female's past, especially being understanding of age. But, sorry, y'all. But I pay attention to people and ask questions so it doesn't take me long to figure people out. Okay. What's going on, Ed? Thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you. So again, so would this be a matter of, like what G was saying, a matter of knowing a person's character, being confident in who they are? What's going on, Calvin Brown? Thank you, loved one, for being here. I hope all is well. I appreciate you. Again, for those of you who are just joining me, we are discussing, again, what we were talking about last week. First of all, would you seek counsel from your intimate partner? And we're talking about secrets now. Would you reveal your deepest secret to the person that you're with? Why or why not? Anthony says, I believe all people are good people at heart, but people need understanding because we all got a story. We come from somewhere. Absolutely. Calvin says, I'm still standing, day 7. That's what's up, love. That's what's up. Definitely. It's like, so everything that everybody has said has much validity. Like I said, I don't think there's one true answer because it's going to depend on what the circumstances are, because a person could be withholding something that literally could cause harm to the person who knows. There's such a thing called plausible deniability. Okay. If you don't know, then you can't be held accountable for knowing. You know what I'm saying? You can't take the consequences of not knowing or of knowing if you don't. So, I mean, I get that some people will withhold information for wanting to protect individuals. I get it. I get it. Me, here we go, that I can see it from both sides level, looks at it, well, if something is going on with you and we're together and I don't know what that something is, and or I'll say there's a possibility that harm could come to you, okay? It'll come to you. So if I don't know, I have no way of even possibly offering any type of protection or being prepared for what might come. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's double-sided. If I don't know, I can't be prepared. That's one thing. But then again, if I don't know, then there's no need for me to be prepared, type of thing too. You know what I'm saying? So it can go both ways. T says, I understand what you're saying, cousin. It's like robbing them of their choice. Exactly. But also isn't it a level of allowing them to earn your story? Indeed. I say there's no one thing. There's no one absolute. There's no one absolute. I get it. Yes, they definitely need to be able to earn that as well. I don't know what all of that means. Looks like mapta. I don't know what that means. Sorry. So I can't respond. What's going on, cousin? Alicia is in the building. Good to see you, loved one. Appreciate you. You should come more often. Okay? Come more often. But yeah, so like I said, I see it on both levels. And for me, perhaps that's a problem. You know, like I said, I don't have an issue being transparent. I don't have a problem saying that, yes, I tend to see things through rose-colored glasses. That is a blooded Pisces. Okay. It's also just a part of who I am and, who I choose to be, how I choose to respond. I know my personality has a lot to do with everything, with the decisions I make, with how I process, with what I choose to process and or not, who I deal with. or not, whatever. I get it. But the problem that I see is that because we are taught, I'm saying this again, because we are taught to compete with one another, we are taught to look at each other as enemies. We're taught to be self defending first against everybody. We're taught that. Then we're also taught to immediately cheat ourselves out of truly connected relationships. We cheat ourselves the opportunity of being able to be completely open and free and honest with who we are with the individual that we're with. There's an automatic cheat going on. An automatic. If I don't tell you everything about me, I'm already cheating you of knowing who I am. I'm cheating you. If you respond negatively to what I say, that's your decision. That's you. That means what I said bothers you. It can't bother me for saying it. If you're bothered for hearing it, that's not my problem. You need to figure out why hearing my truth bothers you. Why did that bother you? Because it don't have nothing to do with me telling you it. So there's a lot going on there. Anthony says there's a thing called faith. Indeed. There's a thing called trust, and there's a thing called discernment. Yep. You have to pay attention and be true to yourself, minus the fear. Absolutely. But it's the fear that is dictating most of our relationships. Because, like I said, we don't tell everything. We won't reveal the vulnerabilities out of fear that if we do, this is what the outcome is going to be. We create the scenario before it happens. So we've created the scenario, we've created the outcome, we've allowed the fear to create the scenario. We don't know what's going to happen. If that fear was not there, if we really effed our feelings, if that was facts, if we really fucked our feelings for real, and just spoke it for what it is, we wouldn't even be having this conversation today. We would just tell people, this is who I am. This is what I came through. This is what I did. This is what was done to me. This is what I did to whomever. And this is why I no longer do that. Or maybe I do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, it's like giving a person full disclosure. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you full disclosure. I'm giving you the right to choose to make a decision based off of full disclosure. You have all the information. Now you can decide wholeheartedly in truth what you want to do with this information that I gave you. But here it is. There you go. Are you out? Okay, that's your decision. Now, it may hurt me. I may be in my feelings momentarily. It may do that. It may completely change the relationship. It may do that, or how I feel, or whatever. But give me the opportunity to make a decision on the information, on all of it. So it's like if I tell you this is the best book in the world, there's no other book that will give you this information. There's nothing. All you need is this right here. This is it. Everything you want to know is right here in this book, and this book only. Period. And I don't give you any options, or there are no options available to you. All you have is what I said. All you have is this. You see how I keep doing that? But all you have is just this. You have nothing else to compare. So you have to take what I'm saying as this is the absolute. I'm not giving you all of the information. I'm not telling you that you can go to Amazon and find a gazillion other books that are similar to. I'm not telling you the library is still open and you can get it for free. I'm not telling you that. I'm not giving you all of the information. I'm only saying this is what you got. Make a decision off of just this, period. When you got all these other things. But see, this is what has been done to us as people. We're only given certain choices. Okay, we're only given A, B, and C. You can choose from A, B, and C. Well, you figure since I can choose between A, B, and C, then I got a choice. I got all the information. I can do blah, blah, blah. I'm cool. I'm free. No, because you've only been given the option of A, B, and C. That's all that's been presented to you. The rest of the alphabet is still available. But you don't know that. You don't have anything else to choose from because all that's been presented to you was A, B, and C. Everything else up to Z might be relevant to you, might serve you some good. You might need something from the rest of that. It might be available somewhere else, but you're not even given the opportunity to choose it. That's what I'm saying. So it's, y'all talk to me. If you want to call in, again, the number is 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. T says, I have no fear of who I am, but there are things that are better left unsaid. I respect that. I can only respect it, honey. That's it. Anthony says, self-acceptance is the gateway to truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's it. That is the part where when I say love is the application of truth. You can love somebody when you are completely honest with you about who you are. You are you all the time, regardless to what the situation is, regardless to what the possible outcome could be, whatever. When you are completely real and true to yourself at all times, then you can love somebody. You can love an absolute perfect stranger, somebody you've never come across before, ever. You can love them honestly because who you are doesn't change. Who you are is who you are regardless. That part. But we're not quite there. We're not quite there. I'm kind of there. I'm mostly there. I'm sure there's some things in me that I still need to get. I admit that there are still some things that I have to correct or get rid of or whatever, change around, whatever the case is. And I know that about me. And so I acknowledge those things and I work on my inner being to make sure that I ascend to my highest self. That's what I want for me. So when someone comes to me, you are getting 100% me, not 98, not 90. 100. This is exactly who I am all the time. It don't change regardless. We have to get to that point. But again, going back to the way that we're taught, and I'm going to bring it up again, Willie Lynch, if you all are familiar, as it's written, whether y'all think it's true or not, it's showing itself to be so. Willie Lynch, the Willie Lynch letters, if you read the book, it's a whole written out program on how to make people be slaves, how to make sure the relationships are not only severed, but are unable to be maintained. Let's get this call. You are live on Melanated Mondays. Queen God's King Advocate. Who am I speaking with?
Well, this would be your cousin.
Well, what's going on, cousin?
Shalom to you, cousin.
What's going on? Shalom, my love. What's going on?
Okay, so I called in because I just want to clarify my position and my stance behind what it is I'm saying.
Okay.
And it is my experience. I have self-acceptance about who I am and what I've done in my life. I am a recovering addict with several numbers behind her name.
Okay.
But it does not mean that I have to divulge that information to my husband.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I'm true to the commitment,
right,
it doesn't mean that I have to tell him every absolute thing that I've done.
okay.
And that is sometimes out of protecting him. I'm not saying that I'm hiding secrets or that I have secrets, but we have to determine at some point what is necessary for us to share and what is dead.
Right.
That shit is
right. Indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm not trampling over whatever it takes for someone else in their process.
Right.
I'm only speaking on my experience,
right,
because that's all that I have.
Exactly.
That's my experience.
Right.
And in my it is some shit that I need to myself.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I get it, cousin. I get it. And respect for you to even say it out loud. I get it. So I'm not saying that, we need to tell people how many people you've been with, you know what I'm saying? Like, or what you did when you was with them. I'm not saying like, because nobody really wants to know that. Okay, male or nobody wants to know, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, if it's something that affects who you are, it affects your relationship. So I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? If it's something that's affecting your relationship that you're not saying to a person, I think that part is unfair. So like, if you're dealing with something from your past, let's say, if you're dealing with something from your past and it's causing you to be up all night, you got headaches, you sick, you vomiting, whatever the case is, you can't get it together, period. That's causing something, a rift in your relationship. Is causing some distance in your relationship or a mistrust, whatever it is. That's what I'm saying. In cases like that, that person, I believe, has a right to know what's infecting their partner, because if their partner is infected, then so are you.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. But I understood. What's your word? I
understood. Yes.
Yeah, all of that, cousin. All of that. But I just wanted to call in because I know I was reading the comments and I was, following along.
Right.
And I didn't want anybody to believe that I was biased. But I also want people that I'm not talking about a boyfriend.
Correct. Right.
Or a girlfriend.
Right.
I'm talking about my
husband. Right. Right. Correct. Correct.
I just wanted people to know that even though you can be 100% transparent, and even though you can be 100% honest, there are still things in your life that are not necessary to divulge.
Yeah.
People are in a fragile state of being, and a fragile state of mind. So you have to take into consideration where your partner is.
Right.
And is it necessary for me at this point to tell them everything?
Right. I hear you.
You know I'm passionate, Kimberly.
Oh, no doubt. That's a family trait. I got you. I know. I love it. I love it.
At this point, I'm going to hang up.
Okay. Well, thank you, darling, for calling in and sharing. And much respect and love to you, cuz.
Absolutely. I love you as well.
Okay, babe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so Armand says, I don't believe expecting such clarity is realistic. You learn about someone over time. You never meet a person and tell every winking moment of your past up front. When you love someone, you accept flaws and all. So once you learn it, you deal with it as it comes with wisdom. If it's a deal breaker, be respectful and honest about it. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree. What's going on, Keisha? Thank you for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. Armand also says, if you listen properly, you know the deal. You don't need it spelled out with every detail. That's a fact. Anthony says, I am not the type to dig, but if I come to a moment of discovery, I expect transparency. You can either lose my trust or gain my respect. Bam. But I owe nobody my life. All right, then. That was heavy. I can dig it. I can dig it. Like I said, I'm not one-sided on this topic. I understand it all. I totally get it. Even if my side is saying, no, but I want to know, but you can tell me, you should tell me, yeah, that's me. But that's me. You know what I'm saying? I like to know. And that's me. I just like to know. It doesn't change how I see the person, because I don't want to lie. I want to make sure I'm saying what I mean to say, because I don't want to have to go back and like, I didn't mean to say it like that. But if I have accepted you as who you have presented yourself to be, then it should be okay. I would hope that you would feel more comfortable. I'll put it that way, that you would feel more comfortable allowing me to see more of who you are. Does that sound better? That makes more sense. Okay. Because I think we all will probably, I mean, we're human. We're experiencing humanity. We will probably, generally speaking, think twice, even if it's just for a moment, differently, perhaps, depending on what the information is that is given. Okay. Well, I appreciate you for telling me. It might be one of those. And it may just be just for that moment. It may be to a person about their past that would just blow the wig off of whoever has to hear it. I'm sure there is. There's something that's going to make them, what the, you know what I'm saying, put you in a what the fuck, position. I get it and I respect it. Again, I would just say for us as a people that we need to work on really establishing our trust with one another, really establishing our own self-accountability, really being honest with who we are, what we've been through, what we like and dislike, our strengths and weaknesses, all of our shiggity individually, being clear with ourselves so we can be clear and honest with the people that we say we love or that we want to be in a relationship with. We need to get to that point where it's okay to tell me you got a sexual issue. It's okay to tell me that you are a thief for real. It's okay to tell me that you wish you was a woman or that you used to be one. You know what I'm saying? Don't start no stuff. We need to get to the point where we're able to be good with each other, where we're able to trust each other with our deepest vulnerabilities. We need to be able to do that. This is how people are able to use things against you as weapons. This is how we're able to have our relationships destroyed, because there are secrets, because somebody knows something that you don't about the person that you're with. Somebody know, right? So all it takes is for that opportunity to come and, oh, guess what? Joe just told me that you blah, 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 blah. Why you didn't tell me? See, all you had to do was tell me. So when Joe came to say anything to me, all I had to say was, I already know, boo, bye. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. That's the part that I don't like. I don't want anybody to ever be able, and maybe it is unrealistic. It might be, okay? But I wouldn't want anybody to ever come to me accidentally or accidentally on purpose to tell me about anybody that I'm with. I should already know. I should already know. That's what I'm saying. If the person is, you say Joe lying, he might be. Joe might be lying, okay? But if I know Joe and you don't know Joe, I'm gonna tell you, look, if you ever run across Joe, this is a lying ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's me. But like I said, I could be completely unrealistic and I can accept that. Okay. This is just who I am. I don't think I'm completely unrealistic. Like I said, I try to see things more on a positive first. Now, when that bullshit show up, I'll see it. Trust that. Okay. But I try to see the goodness first. And then I dig deeper into the soil. Like, I don't want to just look at the apple that fell off the tree and say it's rotten, the tree got to go. I'm finding out, well, what's wrong with the leaves? What's wrong with the branches? What's wrong with the root, the trunk? What's wrong with the root? What's wrong with the seed? What's wrong with the soil? I'm digging. That's me. Okay. But if we were a people that did that, we would have less problem. We would have less gaps in our relationship where something can infiltrate it. We would have less space where somebody can come in and throw some toxicity in it, throw some acid, you know what I'm saying? Be able to get in between your relationships at all. Anything, any little lie in a relationship becomes a big lie because people remember the lie you told or the thing you didn't say. They remember that. They hold on to that. Why? Why even make that an option? Again, I get it. If it's something that is detrimental and you already know flat out the gate is detrimental, if you know flat out the gate is detrimental, I get it. If you know, not if you think you know, but if you know, again, most of the things that they're going to react, we don't know how a person is going to respond. I know many people have misread me many times, okay? Have expected me to either go slap off and I just walked away or to walk away and I went slap off, okay? So either way, you just don't know what's going on. Antonio, thank you for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. We are discussing last week's discussion. We were talking about I would seek counsel with the person that they're with. And so we're kind of carrying that over into withholding secrets from your loved ones. When is it okay? What types of secrets are being held? Just a lot of stuff. So appreciate you for being here. I don't know how much longer we're going to be here, but if you want to call in and ask a question or tell your comment, feel free to do so. 7771-770-906-5271. So again, like I said, to be deceitful with one another. We've been taught how to justify the deceit. No matter how you word it, it's still deceit. What's going on, Patricia M. Goins? Thank you for being here, loved one. And I did see your video with your My Life Matters shirt on, honey. I saw it. Thank you. Thank you for that. So yeah, we're just recapping basically from what we were talking about last week and adding a little bit more into it. We got a little bit more in depth this week. So I appreciate that. Again, if anybody wants to call in and share, feel free. 770-906-5271. We got pretty deep tonight. If you all have any questions, anything you want to ask me, I have a problem being transparent. If I do, I'm gonna tell you. But you can ask me a question. If it's something else you want to get into. Like I said, that whole, being taught to be deceitful, that's more detrimental, I think, than telling the absolute. But that's my thought. DJ Mooney D, I thought about you the other day. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you, love. D Mays, what's going on, loved one? I appreciate you, love. Thank you for being here. Again, we are just recapping from last week and getting a little bit deeper into secrets. Okay. So let me ask you all a question again. I think I asked last week, who keeps the most secrets? We talked about this on Thursday. Who keeps the most secrets? Men, do you all hold more secrets or do women hold more secrets? Yes, this is a recap from last week. And like I said, we're doing a little bit more as far as holding secrets. Yeah, D. May says both, that we men and women hold an equal amount of secrets. Armand says women hold more secrets. Do women, and we talked about this Thursday. So is it that, let's see, what was my question? Do women hold more secrets, or do y'all just not believe when we telling you the truth? And I told the story Thursday when I was in high school with my first boyfriend, and he didn't know that. Well, he didn't know that I was a virgin. He didn't know that at all. I don't know how he didn't, but he didn't know. Okay, he didn't know until 3 months after the fact. But nonetheless, there was another brother that I had a crush on in high school. He was fine. You hear me? Fine. And apparently my body had started to change at this point. Okay. So I don't know. What's going on, G? What's going on, Joe? I heard Gio's in the building. Appreciate you, love. So anyway, I end up becoming involved with this brother, sexually involved with him. I think maybe 3 or 4 times or whatever. So I told my boyfriend at the time that this happened. I told him flat out. I told him. Well, he kept asking questions and I kept answering the questions honestly. He said, oh, yeah, well, where this happened? I told him, oh, yeah, well, I said, and it happened more than once. I said, it was 3 times. I think it was 3 times. It was 3 times. Oh, yeah, okay, well, all right, blah, blah, blah. So he thought I was playing. I was telling the truth. I was being real clear, real honest about it. I wasn't hiding it. It was what it was. This is what had happened, okay? I wasn't trying to make up no stories. This is what I did. This is even who I did it with, where we were when I did it, period. I gave enough detail for you to understand that I'm not lying. He thought I was lying. Okay, then. I told you. So I say that to say women sometimes tell the truth and y'all just don't believe it. So I don't know if it's your ego that will prevent you from believing it or from accepting it as a fact or what. But anyway, the question again being posed is who holds more secrets, men or women? Anthony says most people are actually good people. People just fear people using their truths against them. That's a fact, especially in the social media era where people can't wait to spill the tea, right? A lot of people are flaky and liquid, right? Absolutely. I'm sorry. I keep turning this around, y'all. So sorry. You see, I tried to tell you not to do that. I know, but sorry, I did it. I wish I hadn't, but nonetheless, it's over and done with. I just kept hearing so much about it. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. And I really didn't want to, but for whatever reason at that time, my mouth would just not open up and say no. It just, I couldn't, I don't know. Something was holding my mouth shut because I didn't really want to, but nonetheless, it has happened. It is over. But anyway, again, do men keep more secrets or do women keep more secrets? And whichever one it is, why do you think that is? Why, if women keep more secrets, why do you think that's the case? And if men keep more secrets, why is that the case? Let me see. Why do I think if women keeping more secrets? But I would think if a woman kept more secrets, it's more because of how she's judged, how she's looked at. Women are more or quickly demeaned for, especially if it's a sexual issue. Women are quickly demeaned, I think, because society has put women on a particular type of pedestal where she's looked at as being incapable or not allowed to be flawed in any way. Oh yeah, everybody has a secret. Absolutely. I received that. Y'all stir, my love. How are you? Thank you for being here, beloved. I appreciate you. I think that is true. Men, I think, hold more secrets. One, for the fact of being vulnerable and having their truth, like I said, having their truth thrown up against them, used as a weapon. Emotionally, because you all are not, y'all don't practice emotional strength. That's an issue. And also game. So, and I'm not saying everyone, but I think, and this is my thought, that men hold more secrets as far as if you don't, the less a woman knows, the more the guy can play. So I think it's a leverage kind of issue as well, along with the vulnerability part. Anthony says women keep more secrets. These days fear being vulnerable more than men. Okay, so you said women keep more secrets. Armand says women do because they can and they fear being seen differently, right? Men don't generally probe as much as they don't tell if they don't want to. What? Okay, let me do it again. Women do because they can and they fear being seen differently. Men don't generally probe as much, so they don't tell if they don't tell if they don't want to. Men are, for whatever reason, expected to have trash. So it's easier to be, what does OPE mean? Open? Is that what that's supposed to be open? It's easier to be open. Men are, whatever, for whatever reason, expected to have trash. So it's easier to be open. That's interesting. So women hold more secrets, but he's saying it's easier for men to be more open because they're expected to have background. They're expected to have garbage, as you say. Is that what you're saying? That's interesting. Y'all chime in on that one, because that's interesting. Because men are expected to be trashy, so they're more open about it. So that's more on the lines of, well, I'll pose it as a question. Is that more on the lines of you all's ego then? The more you speak on outwardly, it gives you more credibility, if you will, as a man. Is that what you're saying? And if a woman speaks out on it, it takes away her credibility as a woman. Is that what you're saying? That's how I'm receiving that. So if that's not correct, please correct me. But those are my thoughts. Okay. But D. Mays, you are correct. Said everybody has a secret. That is correct. Even I. Well, I'm sitting here talking nonetheless. He said you shared. Okay, open. Okay, open. Got you. I'm so sorry. My fingers is really heavy. I keep turning the camera around. T says, I don't believe either. What I think is that people are just afraid of being judged. Yet we live in a society of perfection, and we get caught in believing that. That's a fact. You didn't proofread it. That's all right. I think I figured it out. So if I responded correctly, that means I got what you said. I'm so sorry, y'all. My fingers is doing the most. Let's see. G Walker says, a man ain't got nothing on the many secrets that a woman. Okay. Sorry. Let me go on the other side. Maybe we can do it that way. Okay, so that's exactly what he's saying. Okay, bet. You don't have to speak it. It's thought to be anyway. Okay. All right. So since it's expected for y'all to be dogs, then we shouldn't expect you not to bark. That's what you're saying. If you're a dog, you're supposed to bark. I got you. Okay. Well, I think we've addressed some things that needed to be addressed. I want to leave you with this thought, though, and hopefully someone will be able to come back with an answer. How do we change? How do we change these situations? How do we change the narrative of us not being comfortable enough with each other or with ourselves to be completely transparent and being able to accept the fact, or being able to accept the truth as it's given, just as the information given? And is that even reasonable? Is that something that we can really do? Because I guess, again, it would depend on what the information is that's being given. This is crazy. I really hope that we find a way that we can be vulnerable and transparent and honest and still loving and committed to one another in our relationships. Is that the things that we have been through doesn't necessarily mean that we are still going through them. We all go through some type of trial. We all have our own different journeys that we have gone down. It's part of what makes us who we are. To judge what we've done in the past doesn't necessarily say this is who I am because I made a decision during these times based on the information that I had at that time or based on the situation that I was in. I made this decision. That's what happened then. Like I said, we constantly evolve. What we did a year ago may not be something that we will do again this year or the year coming. Who we used to date or the type of people we used to date when we were 19 is probably not or may not be the type of person that we'll date now or we will date in the future. It doesn't have to be that. The type of lifestyle that we lived when we were in our 20s and teens isn't necessarily the way we're living our life now or how we will choose to live our lives in the future. So I will say, whatever your past has been, don't be ashamed. That's one thing. Don't be ashamed of your past. Just look at what it was for what it was when it was that. Figure out what you learned from that. How have you changed from your past? Let go of what happened. Just take the bits that you need that will allow you to become a better you right now, that will allow you to become a better you in the future, that will allow you to be able to tell your story to somebody and give them the strength to re-empower themselves. It's that part. We allow our past to bring shame to us, to bring disgust and embarrassment, which is why we don't want nobody to know it, because we feel a certain way about it. So because we feel a certain way about it, we automatically assume that if we tell somebody about it, they're going to share those same feelings, if not worse. So again, I say, your feelings. Deal with the facts. Deal with the information. You may have had to do some things that you would no longer do, and that's okay. You would no longer do them. That means you have evolved. You have made a decision to do something differently. You have put yourself in a position where that type of situation is no longer even an option. That type of scenario is no longer a probability. It can't show up again because you're no longer in that position. You no longer do those things that got you in that position in the first place. Don't be ashamed of your past. Just don't repeat it. Don't be ashamed of it. This is what you had gone through. This is what you had to face. Whatever. You did that shit. Okay? You got past it. You got through it. Don't allow it to be on your shoulders. Don't allow it to take your breath. Don't allow it to take your life, to take your mind, to take your future. Don't allow it to do that. Don't keep holding on to something that serves you no purpose. If it can't give you life, don't hold on to it. If it doesn't benefit you, don't hold on to it. Let shit go. And sometimes you have to just let it go by just speaking it out of your system. That's what I'm saying. You have to sometimes just say it out your mouth to get rid of it. The vibration of it coming out of your mouth is a frequency that goes somewhere. Release it and say those things. I am releasing blah, 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 blah. Release it. Let go of it. If you keep it in your mind, it builds. If you let it out of your mouth, it's gone. It can no longer resonate in your body. It can no longer grow. It can no longer be a cancer. You can't keep feeding it. It's not in there. If you don't let it out, you're going to keep giving it away to grow. You will keep allowing things to manifest because now that thing becomes the seed for something else to grow from. It becomes the seed that gave life to that bad apple. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Do not be ashamed of your past. That just made me think, whatever it is that I have not said is going to get said about me. I'm getting it out, whatever it is. I'm going to just have to recall, because there's definitely been some relationships I know damn well I would have never talked to so-and-so, ever, okay? Let alone gave you anything intimately. There are some folk, okay? And that's just being transparent, okay? There are definitely some people in my life that I look at like, damn, why I do that? What was wrong with me? That had to be some pity right there. That was some pity. I felt bad for you. So, being honest, okay? Let's just be honest. Y'all know. I know some of y'all done gave away some pee. Y'all done gave away some stuff just cause, okay? I know it, male and female. Y'all done gave it away, okay? Wish you could take it back, okay? I know. Don't be ashamed. You ain't got to talk about it tonight, but just acknowledge it. So anyway, again, don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed of your past. You did that. It's done. It doesn't have to repeat. That's it. Love who you are today. This day. Love who you are in whole this day, which means you have to acknowledge all those things that you've been through. You have to acknowledge it. I did all of that, but you don't have to be ashamed that you did it. Just don't repeat it. Don't hold on to it. Don't allow somebody to be able to use it against you as a weapon because you feel ashamed of it. That's how it becomes a weapon, because you're trying to hide from it, and somebody coming at you with, well, I got the dagger, and you like, well, no, you like, shoot, aim it. You got a bullet, you know, go. What you got? You ain't got nothing on me, because I said that already. I already said that. You trying to tell so-and-so that I used to be a prostitute? Nigga, what? I already told them. That's not my story. I'm just saying. But you get what I'm saying. It can't be used against you if you've already said it. If you've already released it, it's nothing. There is no longer a stronghold on you if you release it. This is how, when people start gossiping and want to write all these bad things about you in the news and whatever, it's because they done got a secret about you that you didn't want out. So now you feel some kind of way. You trying to hide from you shame. You got your head down. You walking around with bags over your face or whatever the case is. You don't want to be found out, even though somebody has already found out. You don't want the world to look at you and judge you a certain kind of way because of how you feel about what you did. Yeah, I did that. I did. It was some dumb shit, but I did it. And what? This is how you shut people off. This is how you shut them down. You don't give them anything to say. When you can talk about yourself, when you can talk about everything that you've been through with, all of your experiences, when you can be vulnerable and open with all of you, can't nobody hold nothing over on you. There is no weapon that you can form against me, because I done already shot that. I done shot it already. I've already pulled the trigger. What? You got nothing. This is what I'm saying. Love who you are today, because you will evolve. You will evolve. You will evolve. You will evolve. Who you are today. When tomorrow comes, you're not going to be this person today. You're going to look back and say, yesterday, last week, last month, last year, last decade, last century, whatever, I was blah, blah, blah. But today I am. But today I am. Period. I appreciate y'all for being here. I appreciate you. And I want you to appreciate you as well. I want you to love you as well. And I want you to share this video because somebody needs to hear it. Somebody needs to hear everything that has been said here this evening. Okay, please share. I want to make sure I've read all of the. I have not read all of the comments, so let me go back in here and do that. Ms. Carla says women are human too. Absolutely. Anthony says we have to learn to look at each other in a better way, and we have to learn to live and perform in a better way to give people more to believe in. Representation matters. Absolutely. Also, I don't like men versus women conversations because too often it leaves too much room for us to speak negatively about each other. We need to speak of each other in a better light, men and women. Understood. I wasn't so much doing it as a men versus women. It's just, I mean, because in this case, it's not really a versus type of thing, because what y'all know me, I'm not about the division. It's about understanding both sides. If women are doing something, men need to understand why that's happening. If men are doing something, women need to understand why that's happening. Once there's an understanding there, then the communication can be rebuilt. Then the foundation is reestablished. Then the unions become unbreakable. That's what I'm about. But I got you. T said, cousin, this whole conversation was in retrospect. I got you. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Carla says relationships should not be hard. I'm sorry. Let me redo that. Relationships should not be hard. Treat each other right. And when it's over, end it. Okay. Say goodbye. Oh, say it. End it peacefully. Indeed. All right, loved ones. So I'm going to wrap this up. Again, a reminder to not be ashamed of your past. Love who you are today, and know that you are going to evolve. Again, who you are today will not be who you will be tomorrow. And I don't mean in 24 hours. Y'all know what I'm saying? You're going to evolve. Respect your journey. Appreciate the steps that you've taken to get you here. Appreciate the experiences that you've had to go through, even if it was because you made bad choices. You went through those experiences in order to get here. Your experiences are now a story that you can tell somebody else that may be going through it now, or to prevent someone from having to go through it. Your story is a testimony for someone. Your experiences are not necessarily about you. Your experiences are for you to share with other people. So they can, sometimes they mirror you. Sometimes what you do is a mirror reflection on somebody else's life, but you just don't know that. So remember that. Thank you, Miss Carla. Thank you, loved one. G Walker, what you saying, love? Because you know I'm going to get off of here.
Oh, no, I called you by accident. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we finna go.
Yeah, no, I had called you by accident. I'm sorry. I was listening to you doing a couple other things and hit the
Gotcha.
number by mistake.
Okay. All right, well, we'll talk later.
Great topic, though.
Thank you, love. I appreciate you.
I need to ask you a quick question though when we get off the phone, though. When we get off the
okay, so, I'll call you.
All right.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so y'all know what it is. I love you on purpose. With purpose, we'll be back here on Thursday, hopefully, Most High's willing, with On the Move, Unscripted, On Purpose, the ladies' roundtable discussion. We don't know what we're talking about until we start talking sometime, but y'all just be here. We'll be here from 8 to 10 on Thursday. I'll be live around 8:30-ish, perhaps. Okay. Love you on purpose with purpose. And until I see you next time, peace.